Hello, 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 and welcome back. All right, we are starting up a new run today. And as you can see from the title, we are going to be playing as Transvaal. So, let's get to the map here. Get the music down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so we are going to do a run as good old Transvaal. Why are we taking Transvaal? I wanted to do this one because, as the title of the series is, Transvaal's Revenge. If you, I feel like most of the tutorials out there for Victoria 3 involve, at some point in time, taking over Transvaal. That's just part of the strategy. I guess mainly because of the resources and everything they have. I mean, not I guess, that is partly why, actually. I feel like my microphone is like blasting today. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so most of the tutorials out there are always like, okay, and then now you take over Transvaal. Well, Transvaal has had enough of your shenanigans, people. It's time for Transvaal to strike back. So, we are going to take Transvaal. Nothing, the generic thing over here, the Victorian era is an age of industry and exploration, of revolution and reaction. What new challenges will the times bring? So nothing specific there. Starting off as 97th in the world. Very small GDP, very small population, a lot of arable land. Look at that, actually. Pretty high literacy rate. We're over 20%, so that eliminates the one of the achievements there. Alright, so let's get in here. Let's get the music out. Okay, so what are the goals for the run here? Well, I want to, first and foremost, get to the ocean. That's one. But form South Africa. Now, I looked up online just see if there's any pre-run information, and it seems like you can form South Africa with Transvaal, and you should be able to, but I've noticed it's not in the nation formation here. Even if we don't have the states, which we don't, usually it would list it here and then give you the states that you need to form. So it's not there. I imagine once we take over the Cape Colony, maybe then it'll pop up for us. But we want to form South Africa. And then eventually, something I've wanted to do in a run is create the power block of the African Union and push Europe out of Africa, starting from the south and going north. Now, that is a pretty lofty goal. Will I actually be able to do that? Who knows? I mean, I'll be able to create the power block. That's for sure. But we'll see if we're able to do that. So we want to form South Africa, and then form that power block and try to get as many independent African countries created that we can. In terms of achievements, unlike the previous run, there isn't a country-specific one here. So it's all the basic ones. This is when I was thinking of reading campaign. It's always up there no matter who you take. As a nation starting with less than 20% literacy, get to 95% literacy. So that probably isn't available to us. Although it is interesting that it's up here, and this is what it says. I wonder if we just got to 95% anyway, if we could do it. But that actually is a pretty difficult thing to do. So yeah. So there's nothing specific at the beginning here that I'm really tackling with this stuff, and we'll just kind of do them as they come along, if anything presents itself. So I guess we're not focusing heavily on the achievements. We're kind of creating our own achievements here. Okay. So let's take a look at our land. So we have the malaria one here, but this is colony growth speed in non-homeland states. And you can see these are all our homelands. So as we start to expand, yeah, so we're actually not going to get this malaria thing at all. So that's good. Waterberg coalfield. So, okay. So we have a bonus to coal mines. In terms of buildings, so we are a single state. We're starting off as a single state. It's pretty much what we've had so far. The Congo run, we were start off as a single state. Paraguay, technically we had two, but Monte Grosso is just so small, we pretty much just start off as a single state. So we're kind of used to that. So we have no buildings. So we have coal, iron, and wood, which is excellent, but we have none of them built. And then we got some good, we got 48 arable land, that's great. We have access to cotton. And then this stuff, so that's good. And we have 3 battalions. So in terms of, yeah, in terms of buildings, it's pretty sparse. We got some barracks. We got a millet farm. We got a livestock ranch. We have no urban buildings. So pretty small. Oh, and then in terms of population, so we have 124,000 peasants. That's good. It's not great, but it's good. I mean, that'll go pretty quickly. Let's take a look at our political situation. So our president is Andres Pretorius, a rural folk guy, moderate. All right. So plus 25% political strength of officers. And as a commander, he could get a plus 10% offense. Yes, but our government, yeah, probably doesn't allow that. So let's see. We have the rural folk, the landowners, the evangelical church. Oh, I guess we have voting laws because we have parties. And all these people marginalized. Okay. So this will be a little rough. So what's going on here? Yeah. So we start with presidential republic and landed voting. That's not bad. National supremacy, state religion, appointed bureaucrats. We start with national militia. That's not bad either. So I always say, you know, when you start off as a small country, starting with peasant levies isn't so bad. As you probably don't have a large economy and you get this negative 10% military goods cost. So that's good. I mean, that's a good thing, but we don't have that. But we probably... So we can only have barracks up to level 5, but we can get a lot of conscripts. And we get a 5% conscription rate. That's also pretty good. So, not bad. What else do we have? We have interventionalism. I always say interventionalism. I have no idea why. Interventionism. So we're not on traditionalism. That's a pretty good start. Mercantilism, pretty good. We have... Okay, so... We have tenant farmers, so we're not on serfdom. That's good. So colonial fairs, I think, is going to be like the first thing we got to change, because we need to expand, and we have a head start on it because we don't have the malaria drawbacks. We have religious schools, so education access is good. It's giving power to the evangelical church, but we're fine with that. Censorship. Let's see. So some migration controls. At least we don't have closed borders. But we also have the slave trade. So that's something we're going to have to tackle. So first and foremost, we want colonization here. So yeah, we're going to want the armed forces in there. Let's throw the armed forces in the government. Yeah, that does put us pretty far down there. So we can start with a righteous government. What is our government right now? Just the agrarian party. Um, so we can start with this. Yeah, we really need the armed forces in order to get this stuff. So let's think about this. So colonial exploitation is good because you get a benefit to, you know, plantations, mines, forestries, rubber. The output of the subsistence farms goes down, so it gets people out of there. Manufacturing industries, though, have a drawback. Now, plus 50% migration attraction in unincorporated states. I actually think starting with frontier colonization might not be so bad, at least at the game start here. We can always change it. So basically, the main difference between frontier colonization and colonial resettlement is that for frontier colonization, we can only expand to lands that we share a border with, whereas colonial resettlement, we don't need that. But I think we'll start... Oops. Let's start with a righteous government, work from there. I mean, throwing the landowners in government is always a tricky situation, but we'll see. And we're going to start with frontier colonization. So we have an education institution and a law enforcement. We're going to have to work towards changing that law enforcement one. All right. Oop, where did we go? Our capital is Pretoria. So there's that. Our political movements. We have a liberal movement, a pro-slavery movement, a Transvaal supremacist movement. So they want all of that stuff. Okay. And a Protestant traditionalist movement. So what is the makeup of our country here? Cultures. So our primary culture is Boer. From the Low Countries, or Low Countries, European heritage. So this is a difficult thing here. So in terms of population, our primary culture is the least amount of people there. And most of our people, South African, African heritage, Bantu, South African, African heritage, Bantu. Yeah. Hello, apartheid. So the vast majority of our people are getting zero acceptance. Now we have state religion. Yeah. And the vast majority of people are not the state religion, so they're losing 25 acceptance. So, ouch. So let's take a look at, like, some of our peasants here. Yeah, look at this. They're all at level 1. Oh, my lordzos. So they have low wages, they lose qualifications, they lose political strength, and they have tons of radicalism. In fact, all of the peasants are like this. The Boer people are just servicemen, clergymen, aristocrats, and officers. Yikes. This is going to be tough. This one's going to be tough. We're going to have to change that. All right, let's look at our tech. So, a pretty typical start here on the production end. Hey, military end, we got line infantry, all that stuff. Society, not bad. So we're starting off with some pretty good techs, actually. Considering, what we normally start with. Okay. So what do we want to start with first here? So normally stock exchange is a good go-to to start because of the mappy, but we don't have another state. We're one state, so we don't need that to start. We have romanticism. Okay, so agrarianism if we want it. I'm tempted to go... Like, we're going to be fighting fairly soon because we got to get to the ocean. So let's start with Napoleonic warfare. General staff. And then, before we move on, I want to get to the atmospheric engine and intensive agriculture. Then we'll come back and finish off this stuff. So that's how we'll start it off. Let's take a look at our market. Alright, so we're starting off with a good amount of grain. Nobody take our grain. Oh, actually, and we're not... Yeah, good. Okay, so we're not under British control or anything like that. Yeah, of course not. That's why, like I said, everybody's starting tips is always go take Transvaal. Because they're open for taking. Okay. Yeah, that's right. We have nothing for industrial goods. We have some meat. Lacking on liquor. We don't have fruit. Okay. Oh, and we need 2 guns. Yeah, let's look at this. So we have 3 line infantry. Alright, so let's get a general. All landowners. This is wonderful. Well, surveyor is not bad. Imposing. Woodland combat. So we're going to start with just the 1 general. So a slaver, a moderate, and a slaver. So we kind of looked out there. The guy I was hoping to get is a moderate compared to 2 slavers. So Andries van der Merwe. Okay, I know I butchered that one. So there's our guy. Let's add in the conscripts that we have. Alright. Decrees. So obviously road maintenance promotes social mobility. Greener grass campaign. I think maybe though let's promote the resource industry and the greener grass campaign and leave ourselves the rest for bringing down enactment time. Oh, well, they're already happy. Okay, we get extra influence. Okay. Now, who do we want to befriend and stuff? We're going after the Zulu. We're going after Orange. So we don't want good relations with any of these guys. And Gaza. What about our interests? We can declare 1 interest. Yeah, and it can't be very far. Zanj or Congo? Well, let's start with Zanj, actually. Because I think then... Oh, although Portugal, yeah, we already were able to do stuff with Portugal. See, I want that little bit right there. I don't know if I want to be friendly with them yet. I think we'll just hold on to all of our influence for now. Now, in terms of building stuff, well, what about, we need some guns, and we got nothing. Okay, so first things first, let's build a logging camp. A tooling workshop. Cotton plantation. And a textile mill to get the economy going. We build these things. Then we're going to transition into, because we have iron frame buildings, right? Yeah, we have urban planning. So then we're going to build 2 of these guys. And then 1 more of that. We will get 2 construction sectors. And then let's just finish out the logging. And then the arms. And that'll be our opening moves. I think this is good. I think this is good. One last thing. You know, we do need fruit for our food stuffs. Let's take a look at the millet farm. So how much wheat do we need? We need 37. If we switch this, how much would we lose? So we'd lose 10. I think we can swing it. Yeah. And we'll get a little bit more when we get tools. Okay. So yeah, not too bad, but now we have fruit and we have sugar. I think we can unpause. Oh, lastly, budget. Let's start off with that. Let's start off with that. All right. The first unpause. Let's do this. Away we go. Transvaal's Revenge underway. All right. Sorry, I was so into setting everything up. Let's see. Sinanwag, bonjour to you. Hello, hello. Thanks for joining us. How are you doing today? Thanks for checking in on our Transvaal run here. We just started it. No, I've never played as Orange. It's part of why I'm starting this run. I haven't played in like I haven't done a South Africa run yet. So I'm doing Transvaal. The main reason I took Transvaal is I was saying at the beginning of the video, I feel like most of the Victoria 3 tutorials out there all talk about how at the beginning of your run, eventually go take over Transvaal and take its resources. So Transvaal is striking back now. We're going to make Transvaal a great power. All right. In the midst of debate surrounding frontier colonization, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the armed forces, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to pass. Yeah. So, we want this. We want the enactment success chance. Have you done runs with Orange before? Is that why you ask? Let's see. Our logging camp is moving along. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's take a look at our capital here. There's Johannesburg, Pretoria. You know, I guess I never knew that these two cities were so close to each other, to be honest with you. I mainly know world geography based on World Cup stuff, and so it's been a long time since the 2010 World Cup. Yeah. Yes, number of player attract Transvaal for gold. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's why people usually want to get there. We haven't discovered the gold yet, but when we do, oh, are we going to pounce on that gold? Yeah, you get the gold, and it also just generally has some pretty good resources to start. We start off with wood, iron, coal. I mean, that's just like exactly what you need to jumpstart your industrial economy. So it has some great resources to start with. But yeah, waiting to get that gold. The government's attempt to pass the frontier colonization law has brought the ethics of colonization to the forefront of public debate. So this is always a tough one. I don't want to lose anything. We could get that 20%. Ugh. I gambled and I lost. We lost 10% on the enactment chance. Our advance chance is 40% though. So we're still in the sponsorship stage. Alright. Yeah, so generally I like to play with the smaller countries and try to build them up. So I have a couple previous runs. I just finished a run with Paraguay. I'd say we did fairly well with that one. Made them a great power and finished, I think it was 5th in the world. And then before that, did a run with Congo, which I think went well. I think we finished 27th there. So not quite great power status, but I'm optimistic for Transvaal here. Yeah, we are an insignificant power at the moment. So if we can rise to 16, become a minor power. Now, in terms, so let's get rid of this for a second because we got to get to the ocean. What is Zulu's situation? Your technology level's good. Yeah, I know, right? I was kind of surprised with what we get to start with. It's a very good tech start, especially military. I feel like a lot of the small countries you either start at mandatory service or line infantry, but we get to start pretty far down. Production, we just got to do lathe, and then we will get to this stuff. Actually, what are we getting on spread? So we're getting a spread on Napoleonic warfare and lathe. Alright, so yeah, we'll just do Napoleonic warfare. But we'll get lathe, so that'll be done. We won't have to do that one. And then we're doing empiricism. So we eventually need to get some universities, though, because I do find it to be kind of imperative that when you're starting with a small country, you have to catch up in tech. So if we can get some universities going, we can really start to catch up. And the fact that we're starting off on a good footing makes me optimistic. Our treasury's full, but yeah, we only have the capacity for like Oh, gold reserve limit 25k, but we're past that. All right, moving along there. So yeah, nothing to do to utilize this money. Oh, I didn't realize too. So our wood, our logging camp is done. So once we finish the tooling workshop, we can get that going. So we want to do the wood into tooling, cotton into a textile mill, and then start getting our construction sectors ready. Iron, logging, construction. And then we only have the capacity for 5 levels of logging, so I'm pretty much just going to finish that out. Or maybe we can take 1 away from there. Because we do need to build an arms industry, and so we're going to have to switch this to hardwood production eventually. So we will lose some of the wood. Now we get this benefit to coal, but we don't have any use for the coal until we get to the atmospheric engine pump. But once we do, those iron mines and those hopefully eventual gold mines will benefit. I think I'll add 2 more of those, see where they are. And then I do want to add, I will add in now that last one. And we'll build a paper mill so that we can go into a university. Yeah, so we're going to get to construction sectors. The thing is, I find... oh, wait, let me get this out. Representing his constituents in the rural folk, Andres Pretorius has issued a formal petition to the Transvaal government to pass agrarianism. I wouldn't mind that too much, although, yeah, I'd rather do racial segregation right now, because we are currently on national supremacy, so we'll offer you that. Yeah, so usually if I'm starting with like a great power, major power, I'll start with the construction sector, but I find when you start with a small country, I feel like you have to start with the resources for the construction sector first, because there's always a bit of money. The amount of money you pay for the goods of the construction sector are massive before you get these built. And as a small country, when you're only starting with like 43k in the reserves, we're going to hit debt before we can get the resources built if we start with the construction sector. And our interest rate is 25% basically. And so we absolutely cannot hit debt until we start gaining some prestige and lower that interest rate. So I think it's generally a good idea when you're a small country to start with the resources first and then do the construction sector. It makes for a little bit of a slower start because you're building these with only your 10 construction points, but it is much better than going into debt when you have a 25% interest rate. Eventually that won't be the case as we start getting our rank up here, our prestige up, and we can lower our interest rate. An influential faction within the landowners has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of frontier colonization, themselves in favor of the law. They have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. Huh. I mean, yeah. I will take more enactment success chance and less people going to the landowners. Get that as a double positive. I guess, though, yeah, we could kind of... Why don't we move the textile mill down? Because we want to get to the construction sectors quicker. But we're going to need all of these for the construction sector. But the textile mill I also like to start with, because even with the goods for the construction sector, you're still paying for them. So we need to get at least a little bit more GDP to get a little bit more minting into the budget. So we'll start with that. Darthaden, hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. How's it going? You caught me at a good time here. Just beginning a brand new run with Transvaal. Transvaal is going to enact its revenge on all of the people who conquer it at the beginning of their runs for its resources. So our goal here is to make Transvaal a great power. Every moment I live is suffering. I've been playing. Yeah, I know what you mean, right? It is dark days. Dark days. I think it's a statement for our time when our escape is trying to get countries through the Industrial Revolution. I think that's a statement for where we're at. All right. Let's speed up here. Yeah, because we're going to have to get through a lot of this building to get to our construction sectors, since we're so small here. So we're going to have to speed this up quite a bit. This afternoon, Petrus Retief, leader of the armed forces, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of frontier colonization. Let's see, do we like this guy? Do we want him to be popular? A moderate in the armed forces. Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose that's not so bad for us. I was checking out some fun mods, too, for the Vic. Yeah, Beyond Salt and Rice was pretty good. It's a no Europe alt history. I am going to check that out. I generally, anything that lets me stick it to Europe, it's always good to me. I'm going to check that one out. This weekend, not on stream, but just, frontier colonization, there we go. China, #1 great power, excellent. This weekend, just on my own personal playing, I was checking out the Cold War era mod. And it's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm going to have to sit down and really get acquainted with it. There's a whole bunch of new laws and stuff like that. So yeah. But that one looks really interesting. Your principal enemy in South Africa, Portugal. Yeah, I know, right? So, at the beginning, I was like, yeah, we can do relations with Portugal, but I don't want to improve relations because we're going to have to... I definitely want this little sliver here because we have to get to the ocean here. Portugal is going to be a thorn. Eventually, we're going to have to take on Great Britain. That's not ideal. But we'll take on Portugal before we take them on. I think the goal here is take Zulu, take Orange, take Gaza, and then try to take this little sliver of Portugal, and maybe more if we can, as we expand out this way, and then just kind of build ourselves up to a point where we can finally go take Cape Colony and form South Africa. All right, so this is interesting. We can colonize into Cape Colony. Oh, that's interesting. We don't have quinine. I would have thought... is this not... Let me double check here. What are our homelands? Boer, Nguni, Sotho, Swana, and Zulu. Oh, maybe it's because, yeah, our primary... culture is Boer. I forgot. So this doesn't necessarily count as a homeland. But this does. Interesting, they don't have any malaria. So this has severe malaria. We have moderate malaria. But these two guys, nothing. Okay. Okay. So that kind of changes up. I wasn't thinking of that. So we got to get down to quinine. All right. Well, the way we have this set up doesn't really need to change, actually. But we do need to start getting through the tech tree here. Actually, no, not so bad. We're almost done with level 1. And so once we're done with level 1, we'll just go pharmaceuticals, quinine. So that means it will slow down our production research speed a little bit. But we will get to our universities and hopefully speed that up. First things first, though, let's get these construction sectors. Okay. So let's try to get ourselves some racial segregation. Because any little bit will help. Unfortunately, our primary culture is just like the least amount of people, and everybody in the country is at level 1 of, oh good. Level 1 of, what am I doing? Why can't I find it? Oh yeah, scroll up. Everybody's pretty much at violent hostility. All of our peasants are at violent hostility. All of our laborers. That's because the only culture with any bit of acceptance, the only things they are... Oh, well, we have a little bit more now. Wait a second, what? We have 10 Boer Protestant slaves who are fully accepted. Okay. That's interesting. But alright. But basically, yeah, we gotta get acceptance to some people here. At least something. 'Cause we be hurting. And by we, I mean the people in Transvaal right now. Alright. So now, okay, so let's speed this up again. We got to get these construction sectors done so we can start making some progress on life. We cannot take... Actually, hold on, let's slow for a second. So we can't take Zulu at the moment. They're a little bit more powerful than us. Can we take Orange? Possibly. We have one more battalion, and we have more... And we have more conscripts. So I wanted to take Zulu first to get to the ocean. However, I'm realizing now, if we take Orange, we'll have a land border to Cape Colony, which gives us a land border to the British market. So this might just be where we want to go. We'll still be landlocked. Yeah. Well, let's do a quick save. You know, just because. We'll call this Transvaal stream. All right, let's see. Let's set up our military here. So we do have the ability to get some enlistment offices, which we will utilize. Let's bring up our, our training rate. We don't have any guns, though. So I'm just realizing we probably want to keep them all on irregular infantry. Let me see what their military is packing here. So they 2 line infantry, and then possibly have 7 line infantry conscripts. Do they have the economy to support that? They do. See, like they're getting a trade route from the British. Whereas all we have are land borders to people who have nothing for us. So here's the problem. We could just we could try to just Leroy Jenkins this. Put everybody on line infantry and just pay a massive amount of small arms and hope this war ends early. But considering we only have 58k in the bank, we're probably going to go into debt, and we have a 25% interest rate. Now we could make all of those conscripts irregular infantry and just throw a massive amount of people at them. Here's what we'll do. Lowborn man has risen up. Yes. Well, the intelligentsia are down here at the moment. What do they got? They got a moderate anyway. And this guy is giving... Yeah, this guy's awful. Okay, yeah. Let's take our newborn man. So let's see what we got out of that. Simeon de Beer. I like the name. I like the monocle. Plus 5% interest group political strength. Alright. I like you, Mr. de Beer. That was worth it. So we can have our barracks up to level 5. Or at least I thought we could. Ooh, because we have no small arms. Because we have no small arms. Alright, well, we can always upgrade them. The political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason, support for racial segregation has spread like wildfire across Transvaal, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. Yeah, the Transvaali supremacist movement. I don't like you guys one bit. Yeah, I'll take more. I'll take more loyalists because all those people are being oppressed right now, so that'll help. Now, before we do that, so all the people that'll be, Jesus, me and my battle with the map controls. All the people who will be hired in our conscription centers are all violently are all under violent hostility. So, yeah, disallow work in military buildings. So I don't think we can conscript them. Because as it stands... Well, yeah, the officers for sure, but the servicemen are all... Oh, okay, so we do have some people who are Protestant, and that's giving them something. So how many peasants? Oh, so we do have like 10,000 peasants who are, or more, who are under cultural erasure. So they can be hired. Okay, so we can conscript for our little war here. I think we do that. I hate to push back the conscription centers, but the more standing army we can get here, the better. It'll be very quick. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to throw numbers at them, because they're going to have a more powerful army than we do. But this will change things a lot if we can get this border to the Cape Colony. Now, what kind of mobilization options can we get? So what kind of liquor or sugar do we have? Nothing. We got 5 sugar. We could split up the army. Standing army here, that's 5 units. 20 conscripts, create a conscript army. And not give them supplements. I think I might do that, actually. So we'll have 2 irregular infantry there. We'll create an army. We'll just keep them as a second army for right now. We'll specialize the name a little bit later. They will get all the conscripts. We'll give them a general. Just only landowners. Wonderful. Supply route cost. Might be good for the other one, actually. Traditionalist, yeah, imposing. Slaver, moderate. I do like the supply route costs benefit. Yeah, we'll take Adrianus Retief. So now, in terms of mobilization options, the first army can get the sugar, and because of that, we'll have them get that. And then the conscript army, you know, you guys can get a stiff handshake and a pat on the back. Alright, let's speed this up. Speed it up. We're at voting. That's good. That's good. All right. More advancement. I mean, good lord, come on. Just give us the law already. All right. Racial segregation. Let's take a look here. Alright. So everybody's at 10 now. So they're getting... So some of them are going to get 25. That put them at 35. Okay, so it doesn't quite get at least the Protestant people higher up. But it's a start. Alright, what's next? Not quite that yet. Yeah, we like appointed bureaucrats. We're going to keep that. Yeah, could we? Could we lower the landowner strength here? We have no advance chance, but we do have a 19% success, and we'll start to get more people in the petite bourgeoisie. Let's go for it. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, it's not terrible. How's our colony doing here? So we got 5,000 people here. Yeah, are they like starving? That's always like the situation. So at the bottom of the production queue, we'll add a wheat farm in for them. Okay, so now we're moving towards our construction sectors. Oops. All right, good. We got patriotic fervor. I think we can do this. So, is anybody gonna stomp on our toes if we go after them? Technically, no. So we're not gonna save scum. We never save scum. We never save scum. But we do save. We do save. But we never save scum. Ever. We're just cautious, that's all. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, we know you're gonna say no. Just say no already. Alright. So mobilize you. And you start raising conscripts. Let's send you to the front. We don't have general staff yet, though that's actually kind of good. So we don't have the acceptance for officers, but... Alright. But we do outnumber them. Oh, and we got one conscript, so we can move them to the front line now. So it looks like nobody will join us. But hopefully nobody joins them. So let's take a look at... What do they got? 20 and 25. Yeah, so we're not great. It very well might be the worst army I've ever heard of. But I have heard of them. Okay. But the game says we have an advantage. That doesn't always mean anything. Alright. Let's speed this up. You got an upgrade for your construction. Ah, yes, thank you. Ah, I didn't notice. Thank you for that one. We do want to start off on iron frame buildings once those sectors get built. Thank you, my sir. You served your country well there. Oh, what do we got here? Our extra training has seemed to pay off. Troops in Transvaal have put their training to use and learned some new tactics that might help us should we find ourselves at war. Excellent. Alright. So let's see how this first battle will go. Alright, so I think we might be able to take them. Maybe I was just being a little overly cautious. Oh, we got a coup. Somebody wants autocracy. Drickus Vandermeer has grown discontent with the Transvaal government's institutions. A conspiracy is forming among the landowners to launch a coup against the government and establish autocracy. Yeah, I would like to not have that. Yeah, this is the one. Ha, okay. Well, that was... I was about to say that was quick, but... Ooh, and now we can go into there. I was going to say that was quick, but, you know, I did put the speed, like, way up. Alright, so let's see what we got. So... Vristat. I do want to incorporate it, but maybe not quite yet. So, gold. We got gold. Who owns it? The local workforce. I can't buy it. But look at that. Look at that minting. Beautiful. And more coal, iron, and wood. Excellent. Oh. And we have a construction sector. Well, isn't that special? All right. So let's see. Okay, so that's good. I'll probably just start incorporating them now. But maybe now that we have all this money, we can afford a government admin. We'll do the government admin right after the construction sector. So this will get us, we'll be at 3 construction sectors. That's nice. And then we can afford a hit to the budget, so we'll just start incorporating now. Okay. What's the population makeup here? Yeah, kind of the same situation. A court clash over homesteading erupts between a few families. The early bird homesteaders each claim the same land in Transvaal. The dispute has called the legislation into question. All right. Void the writs and organize reparations. Yeah, no. Oh yeah, that's right. That's what this one is. So we're gonna lose enactment time no matter what. So we'll take this. We can afford it with the rural folk. Okay. So now we have private construction. Oh right, yeah. Oh boy, I forgot. This does lower our construction points. All right, we're just going to have to do the construction sectors now. Since we inherited that construction sector, it dropped our construction points to 5.5, and we're just never going to get anywhere with that. So we adjust. We move those construction sectors up. We have the budget to survive the hit, or we have the income to survive the hit to the budget. All right, we have our tooling. So let's switch to sawmills. And let's switch there. Nice. And now we'll get more logging there. We'll eventually need... I think tools is one of those things that's good to have in every state. I mean, you want to specialize the economies, but everything needs tools. Oh, and we inherited some soldiers. We'll send you over to the second. All right, we'll keep the, for now, I think we'll keep the enlistment efforts and the extra conscripts just so we can get that addition to power prestige. Or power projection, as they call it. Now, eventually, we want to move up to cultural exclusion. So we need to get the intelligentsia to not be marginalized. Our university will do that for us. So we got that in the pipeline. But, oh my god, having only the 5... Oh, let's speed this up. Yeah. Yeah, our primary culture here is Boer. Unfortunately. That's what is making things a little difficult. Because our primary culture is like a very small amount of people here, and the vast majority of our people share nothing in common with them. So, that's going to be difficult. I mean, ideally, we need to get to multiculturalism, or have something else happen, but, you know, multiculturalism is quite a ways away. Although I guess not necessarily. I mean, we got to get through this stuff. Let's see. We can take a lathe off of there because we're about to get it. Yeah, see, oh, well, it is a ways away. Ugh, yeah, because human rights is on tier 3 of the tech. So we're going to get that ahead of time penalty. Just such a waste of tech points. All right. Figures representing the landowners have approached elements of the armed forces looking for support in a hypothetical plot against the government. I almost forgot about this autocracy plot. Yeah, we don't want it to advance, so they won't get that political strength. The Natal Homestead Act, claiming that Natal. Claiming that Natal's prime lands should be settled by virtuous yeomen like themselves, the homesteading law proposal is experiencing a surge of popularity among members of the rural folk, eyeing an opportunity in the frontiers, to the great chagrin of the landowners currently dominating the agricultural sector. So we could get migration attraction. I would like to get the landowners off of noble privileges because it's hurting our tax collection. Yeah, I think we'll take this one. We can take a little bit of aristocrats' radicalism. The stat to colonize north is a Boer state. Yeah, we don't have anything north of us that's a Boer state, unfortunately. And that's the other problem. We can tell which ones are the Boer states because this isn't technically a homeland of ours. And so since they have severe malaria, we can't colonize there. So the only Boer states next to us are this one, that one. Zulu doesn't have any, and Gaza doesn't have any. Hey, okay. Oh, sorry, that's what you were saying. The Northern Cape. Yes, sorry. The stat to colonize Northern Cape is a Boer state. Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised by that, right? So the Northern Cape is a Boer state. Oh, okay. See, when I was looking at this, I was like, how are we colonizing into the Cape Colony? But I see. This is part of the state, the Northern Cape. Okay. So now, the Zulu. Get to the sea. That is what we want. What is the power of their military? Ah, they are all irregular infantry. Excellent. So do I have... Yes. And we can take one more trade route. If we can take one more trade route, let's do this. Yeah, let's take it from Gaza, why not? I also want to make sure nobody starts taking our goods. At least not the essential ones. Yeah, please. Take all this stuff. Well, we can't afford any more trade routes. Famine in Natal. There it is. Alright. How many people do we have here now? Do we have enough? Yeah. So we'll give them their millet farm once we get through everything. Alright, so we got one here. So once this gets hired up, we'll probably be able to get back to our 10. Yeah, let's add that here. Yeah, actually, well, no, let's not get rid of the enlistment efforts yet, because we're going to try to go after... Oops. Zulu. The Zulu. Okay. As is the case, I'm just saving to be cautious. I'm not saving to save scum. Absolutely not. Let's see. So, can we get tobacco for these soldiers? Yeah, I mean, the British should have a ton of it, right? They do. So let's import that and give some... let's import it from Gaza. Well... yeah. So let's import it from the British. Can we get more... or can we get liquor? Yes. Alright, so let's get rid of a couple trade routes. We're going to build clothing very soon. And let's get rid of the tea. That keeps us at 5. Oh, well, the liquor wasn't quite what I was expecting. Okay. So let's add tobacco. And now... is anybody going to mess with us if we do this? Supposedly not. I think this will also... oh no, we already have a land border with Portugal for trade. Let's do it. Oh, you know, we can probably add... yeah, conscripts from there. All right, this will be excellent. If we can take this, if nobody joins in, I think we'll be good. If nobody joins in, I think we might be okay. But that is, you know, like always a big if. Right. All right, let's speed this up. Let's take a drink of water. Let's pray to the gods, old and new, that Portugal or Britain doesn't want to suddenly get involved in this. Okay, yeah. So they do heavily outnumber us. But we do have conscripts coming. Oh no, this isn't what I want to look at. Yeah, when are we going to get this? Although that's also going to present a problem to us, but... Yeah. Okay. I don't know. So we're outnumbered, but we have more powerful army, so hopefully that matters for something. Peter Pretorius of the Evangelical Church has been seen preaching in favor of the Conservative Party, convinced that their victory has been foreseen in God's plans. Let's see, a traditionalist. Ah, we got Lathe. Awesome. Yeah, let's give momentum to the Agrarian Party for now. Anybody but the Conservative Party. We're gonna get tech spread on the Atmo engine. So maybe we'll just go to intensive agriculture next. All right, empiricism, that's good. Getting closer to finishing a level 1 of those techs. Let's see. Goodbye. Oh, you're heading out. All right. Thanks for sticking around to watch. Glad to have gotten some input and tips from you. Always awesome. Check back again. I'll be doing this again this evening or tonight. So I mean, I guess I don't know exactly where you are in the world. It might be too late, but also on Wednesday I'll be coming back to this run as well. So hopefully I'll see you again. Adrianus Retief, a general associated with the landowners. Oh, hello, War with Zulu. Adrianus Retief, a general associated with the landowners, has been accused of grave disloyalty. Adrianus Retief claims that this is nothing but a plot by subversive elements to remove a barrier to their rule. Okay, hold on, let's pause here for a second. Man, I don't want to lose generals, though. What was this guy giving us? Yeah, I mean, okay, not much. Yeah, I mean, we don't want that, so retire him. Goodbye. I don't care about you. Ooh, a defensive strategist. Although he can't be the only one. Two slavers and a rural folk. Um, well, we'll hire... No, I could just combine all these guys. So we're only... Yeah, we only are going to have 7 there. And then 21. Yeah. Instead of hiring another one, we'll do that, and then we'll hire the rural folk guy as our defensive guy. There we go. Oh. Yeah, but I forgot the whole reason why I created 2 separate armies. Because now I'm going to be paying out of the boops for these things, for everybody. That... Well, that was a dumb move on my part. Whatever. Hopefully this war moves along at a quick pace. What was meant as a routine speech about the merits of homesteading by Andres Pretorius has quickly devolved into a public relations disaster for the rural folk. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Well, we're all... ooh. Well, I don't know if I want to take a step back and give us 2. Yeah, I think we'll just take this. It's not ideal, but, you know. But we're about to... Yeah, we're about to have a landowner president. You're about to lose your job, buddy. Okay. Petrus Retief, leader of the armed forces, has been loudly accusing the agrarian party of misrule, given the country's low standard of living, claiming that only the patriotic party has the willpower to set things right. I mean, I don't want you guys fighting amongst each other. That's not going to help us. Yeah, fine, we'll take that one. Oh boy. A prominent functionary and supporter of the evangelical church has been shot in broad daylight on the streets of Transvaal. The local police seem uninterested in investigating any further. Well, we definitely don't want to lose bureaucracy. We don't have any companies, so making the evangelicals any happier doesn't really do anything for us. Oh, but I don't want... For 2 years. We'll lose the bureaucracy for 2 years. I want this coup to go away. A good vintage of wine. Yeah, we'll take the prestige. Okay. All right. Yep. So we got a new president, Drickus Vandermeer. Merle. So what has he given us? We get more authority. Political strength of clergymen. And what did we lose? Strength of officers. Okay. Yeah, well. Is what it is. Interesting. So what's going on here? What's going on? Could not hire... Oh, we can't hire bureaucrats. Yeah. Because they need to be Boer. That's why. A group representing the usual opposition forces of the intelligentsia has approached the government to propose cooperation against forces that would subvert the government in Transvaal. Hey, there we go. Alright, let's do that. Yeah. So we're going to have a problem hiring bureaucrats. Because only the Boers can do it. And we have, like, almost no Boers. Well, alright. We're at an hour and a half. So I'm going to take a quick 30-second break to just go to the bathroom. And I'll be right back. So, quick 30 seconds. Alright, and we're back. And we're back. Alright. So look at that. We made it to the sea. Made it to the ocean. Alright, so what did we acquire here? We got more wood. We got some fish. Got more stuff. And we got some of that. We got more Boers. But we can't incorporate it yet. Oh, this is part of Natal. Ah, excellent, excellent. Okay. Alright, so let's just delete this. We don't need it. Okay. Alright, so, can we get... We can get the armed forces in. Definitely can't get the intelligentsia in there. But let's keep our options open for stuff. But at least, oh, yeah, the intelligentsia aren't marginalized anymore. So we got that. And they're happy. Society research speed, that's helpful. I would like to get the petite bourgeoisie up there at some point in time. So now we are at the sea. So let's take a look at our build queue here. Yeah, you know, if I'm building government admin in Transvaal. That is going to be a problem. Like, how many Boer people? It's not like there's any... Oh. So we do have some Boer peasants there. Wait, if we have some Boer peasants, why are your lazy butts not getting a job in my construction sector? Aristocrats on manor houses in Transvaal satisfied with their current employment. Yeah, that's true. The bureaucrats need to be middle strata. We also need more iron, but we're working on it. Yeah, this is going to be a pretty long construction queue. Now here, a little bit more peasant Boers. Oh, God. Let's pause here. I didn't notice the budget. We're already 7K in debt. Not good. Alright. We don't want to get into debt. We have a 21% interest rate. Oh, yikes. Not good. Yeah. Okay, so we can't withstand these construction sectors yet. Since we can't even fully staff this one here, I'm going to knock it back one. There we go. Now, yeah, we got to fix this up. So we have a lot of tax waste in Transvaal. We got some starving people. So, yeah, we'll work on that government admin. So in the short term here, we're gonna try to, yeah, this $93 though. It's not worth it. Oh, hello. Let's see. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Mishai Kennedy. Yes, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. I'm doing good. We just started today a new run with Transvaal. Transvaal is always a country that, if you look at a lot of tutorial videos out there, tutorial videos always start with, you know, take over Transvaal and use them for their resources. So this is a run where Transvaal is going to strike back. So we're going to do that. So we're going to try to make Transvaal as great as we can. We're starting off well, because we started off as a single state, and now we've made it to the sea, so that's good. Our next goals here, we're going to take over Gaza, over here, and continue to colonize and expand. Eventually, yeah. That game is great. Day is going well. Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful day. It's a beautiful day outside today. That's why I decided to stay inside and stream. But I love it. Yeah, eventually we're going to take on Portugal to take over this land. And then the big thing is eventually take on the British and take the Cape Colony. How's your day going, my friend? Where am I from? I'm from the eastern part of the United States. Um, just living the life. Where in the world are you? In this beautiful world. Let's see. Okay, we got our government admin going. This might help us here because we're hemorrhaging money. Yeah, thank you. Ooh, okay. So we almost got homesteading here. We're about to hit the checkpoint. So on February 16th. From Canada. Awesome. Toronto. I unfortunately have not been to Toronto. Been to a couple places in Canada, but haven't quite been able to get to Toronto yet. There we go. Homesteading. So what do we move to now? So that lowers the landowner's political strength a little bit. I would like to get to cultural exclusion, but we're going to need the intelligentsia for that. Sure, go ahead. Ask me what you want to ask. So let's try for dedicated police force. Just kind of eat away at the landowner's strength here, because they're pretty powerful at the moment. Have I ever thought of applying logo banner overlay on my stream? I've thought about it, but I'd rather have more of the game on screen than have too much of overlays. Professional graphic designer. I make some cool stuff for streamers. Oh, awesome. That's cool. I'm not really in the market for some new designs at the moment, but I appreciate the work that you do. Let's see here. Okay. So we got our government admin building. I thought that was going to make things a little bit better for us, but it didn't. Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going to run into some employment problems. We could up the wages. Maybe get more people in there. Oh, of course. Thank you. Thanks for offering. Always appreciated. Let's see. You can watch us take over the world as Transvaal or eventually South Africa. One of Drickus van der Merwe's assistants has fallen out of the window of a government administration in Transvaal and been severely injured on impact. He has offered the government information in exchange for safety. Alright. So now, get our textile mill, get a little bit of GDP up. We are at 1,000,000 GDP now. That's nice. Graph go up. Always a good sign. So we still are having some iron problems. We have some iron deficiencies, as they say. To outside observers, the armed forces may appear firmly committed to the idea of dedicated police force, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. Yeah, I don't want to take too much penalties on this law. This is not entirely necessary at the moment. So how much iron do we need in the market? We could use about 2 more. How are we doing on population? We're still good on that. So, So we're going to build these 2 iron mines and then do the textile mill. Okay. Ooh. We are hurting for tools. We're not fully hired. Okay. Alrighty, right. Yeah, see, if we're not fully hired, I'm not going to build another level of it. So iron, wood, and tools is what we need. If we did this, we would lose 77 wood, but it would ease up things a little bit. Let's try that. It's not ideal, but temporarily this might ease the burden on things here. Yeah. There we go. And this damn coup still mucking around here, causing us troubles. Alright, well, we're gonna get our extra iron mines. Oh, well, look at that. Oh, we're getting textile and paper. So maybe we take that out. Let's take the paper out. You know, I don't think I took a save since we took Zulu, so since we're at the ocean, let's do that. Now, we are going to need shipyards. Ah, Andres Pretorius resigned. So who do we have now? Stephanus Vandermeer. Political operator. Okay. Charismatic. Ooh. So you're going to get a lot of people. Alright, we are living dangerously here. So we are going into debt. Oh, what am I doing? You know, I forget my own strategies sometimes. So let's start selling. I'm such an idiot sometimes. Yeah, let's sell this, and then we can get the industrialists in the game. Yeah, 150k would be excellent. There we go. No more debt. Eases the burden a little bit. But I also want to make sure that, because the problem is after you sell it, it just generally stays on sale. I don't want future ones to be sold. Also, we're going to set the iron mines to automatically expand. Same with logging. And same with tools. So just keep adding those in as needed. Barracks in Transvaal have been reporting a large amount of mysterious losses of firearms as of late. Yeah, we'll lose patriotic fervor, but... Oh, no, we won't. Okay, we're just on the edge of it. But we also don't really need it right now. So there is that. Alright. What it is, what it is. Alright, so we're getting these iron mines. We'll get more logging, and then we'll finally get our arms industry. We really do need that. And actually, to be honest with you, some artillery. So we'll leave the artillery at the end of the build queue because I don't want to. I want to finish this stuff before we start adding in some cannon people. So I keep forgetting to over here, Gaza. Ah, General Staff. We'll look at that in a moment because there might be an issue with that. Okay, so they have no military. As usual, before any war, you know, just in case like there's a power outage or something, we're going to save. Because we're not save scumming. We're never save scumming. Let's see what happens if we try to take them. Nobody? Let's do it. We're not gonna have to call in conscripts either. That's kind of nice. All right. Oh yeah. So do we still have enlistment efforts? Yeah. So let's get rid of that. And maybe add in another consumption tax on luxury clothes. Oh wait, how much are we getting on liquor? 210. I'd rather tax services. I mean, I'll be getting less tax, but... Alright, now we'll just do the luxury clothes. Okay. Alright. I wonder if... Yeah, no. We're still gonna have that other problem. You know, Portugal's army is very weak. Once we get just a decent army, we actually might be able to take a lot of this. Do we have... We still don't have South Africa as a possible country to do. We are really just going to have to take the Cape Colony. That's a long-term goal. I wonder if selling that... Oh, yeah, look at that. We got the industrialists on the scene now. Let's take a look at agitators. Is there anybody of note to add in? Anybody? Oh, no, that's slaver. I was thinking that was an abolitionist. Jingoist, a radical. I do like my radicals. We'll start a liberal movement. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, what am I doing? Let's just take a look at who... Oh! You get a market liberal landowner. There we go. We don't even need to spark the corn laws. Alright, so we gotta wait until he gets the liberal movement to start pressuring the landowners. So once we get that, we can get rid of our traditionalist landowner. I mean, but it's not like we really want to move to the laissez-faire yet. Yeah. But we can get the leader of the landowners to not be a traditionalist. So there is always that. Alright, let's speed this up. Let's get these iron mines. Let's get iron together here. Textiles and paper. Alright, at least we have 10 on both of those. So before we add more construction here, we're going to need to get our economy rolling. So after we finish this war, we can get rid of a couple trade routes. Notably sugar and tobacco, because those are mainly for the military. We don't need so much of them. And the barracks are taking most of it. Well, actually, now the pops need them. We should also start thinking about getting a coal mine going. With concerns about national stability in Transvaal, spreading, investors affiliated with the industrialists have threatened to withdraw their investments from several factories in Transvaal. You guys just hit the scene and you're already making threats. Okay, we definitely don't want more of an interest rate, although it looks like we're going to have to. Damn. 5 years of that. Thanks, guys. Well, we're not in debt yet, so it's not too much of an issue. Alright, so we have a lot of tax waste. Yeah, we need... Oh, popular playwright. In the midst of the debate surrounding dedicated police force, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the armed forces, has staged a widely acclaimed play. Yeah, Let's do that. Alright. Nobody's joined in, right? I haven't been paying attention to that. Okay, so we got another iron mine in there. Did that do anything nice for us? Okay. Are the tooling workshops hired up? Yes. Now Transvaal, after this next one, actually might have... Yeah, look at that. Plus 22. This will take 18. Yeah, let's do that. So the local market here now has tools. Oh, they're already using that. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So let's do that. So now we got a lot of wood. We got surplus tools. Okay. Not bad. Now the problem is, though, we have this construction sector here. You know, I think, yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build another construction sector in Transvaal. And when that finishes, we're going to delete the one here, because we don't have the resources there yet. So let's build this construction sector. Although, wait. I'm forgetting about workers. I forgot. That's the issue. So it needs to hire... Oh, wait. No, it's just... Yeah, laborers and clerks. Yeah, what was it talking about bureaucrats before? I think it was trying to take bureaucrats or something. Yeah. And this will make our goods a little bit cheaper. Just a little bit. All right, good. War with Gaza. Get it going. All right. Okay, this coup is starting to get a little scary here. I don't want... Ah, there we go. Okay. So let's slow down for a minute here. So look at that. We are a nice little chunk of land at the moment. Can we get any more colonies? We can. I mean, I know this is going to slow down all the colonies spreading, but... I mean, it's just something we're going to have to do. We're going to slowly try to work our way up to having a bigger colonial affairs institution. Slowly but steady. Okay, so we are good now on military for a little bit. So we can get rid of the sugar trade route. The tobacco... Oh, we acquired some tobacco. Yeah, I forgot. Let's take a look. So, Lorenco Marquez. So what did we get? Some wood, some fish. Oh, yeah. This one is on the sea, obviously. We have our own tobacco. We have dyes. Is that new for us? I think it is. Excellent. So we have dyes in our market. We got a sugar plantation. Oh, beautiful. All right. Let's see why everybody comes and takes these places now. Yeah, so we can get rid of the tobacco trade routes. So that helps our bureaucracy a little bit there. Now, is there anything we can just export? How about the wine? Yeah, nobody wants our wine. Tea? Anybody? No. How about the sugar itself? Nope. So I might as well do the fruit. Okay, so that's our 5 trade routes. And we'll be getting rid of the guns somewhat soon. Right? I think we can do the guns sooner rather than later in regards to the wood. Oh, I forgot though. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing that is because we're going to have to switch to hardwood production. That's going to significantly lower the wood that everybody else is using. So we'll do logging arms logging. All right. Hey, and number be green. That's always good. Now, taxing liquor is not ideal. So can we get rid of that one? How much are we getting on that? 190, yeah. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, we're getting like nothing on this anyway. So I'd rather take the enactment chance on that. Alright. Although if we can make up $242, we can lower taxes across the board. Yeah, let's tax services. And then lower taxes in general. There we go. Strategery. Ah, man, I would love to do that. So we have to get bureaucracy up. What's the next tech we're going to need for that? Yeah. Oh, we already have it. Okay, so once we get the paper going. Protests supported by the intelligentsia have flooded the streets of Transvaal, condemning the presence of groups within the government that support autocracy. So lose some authority. The intelligentsia will get some added stuff. Our legitimacy. Yeah, we can afford that. Good. Okay. Now, I'm building... Oh, look at that. Look at all that turmoil. Yeah, let's... Okay. Well, let's build up our reserves here. We can't, you know, dance at the edge of the abyss here for too long when we have a 19% interest rate. So, if we started using filing cabinets, we would need 7 paper. I wonder... could take some from the British. It'll add 10 bureaucracy, but we'll make up for it. Yeah. All right, so let's import some paper and do this, and then when that paper mill gets built, we can make up for it. Although, yeah, this did add more clerks, which means we're going to have staffing problems. Man, we gotta get. That's what we need. We gotta get. I would love to get the intelligentsia in the government somehow. When's the next election? Yeah, in 2 years. Okay. Let's bump these shipyards up. We'll do the shipyards before the university because it's going to take some time to get this paper mill done. Now the paper mill is going to be over here, so maybe we build the university over there. With the recent investment in Transvaal, the raw goods industry has resulted in a positive balance for the iron mines there. Interest groups are quick to try to claim credit for the investment. Yeah, let's do the industrialists. How much? Oh wait, foreign manifesto for the peasant movement. I'll take it. We always like the peasant movement. Okay, so we got a lot of peasants there. Yeah, so let's get rid of the University in Transvaal and build it in Natal. Now we need to get a lot of states incorporated. Oh, actually no, not that much. So Natal and Lorenzo Marquez. You know, since I'm going to have to be saying this for a lot of times now, how to pronounce Lorenzo Marquez. Let's see.
Lourenço Marques.
Lourenço Marques.
Lourenço Marques.
Lorenzo Marquez.
Lourenço Marques.
Lorenzo Marquez. This website has 3 different people pronouncing it, and they're all pronouncing it differently.
Lourenço Marques.
Lorenzo Marquez. Lorenzo Marquez. Yeah, that's good enough. Though previously opposing the dedicated police force laws, Hugo Osh has considered the armed forces the political position and instead offers support. Attraction to the liberal movement. A group representing those within the landowners with an interest in the fruit trade has begun lobbying the government for action against Marina Kingdom, citing its hostile trade practices. You know, yeah, we need to get them off of that. Alright, so if I mess with the Marina Kingdom, I can make the landowners a little bit happier. Well, fine. Let's decrease relations. Maybe we can, and then we can do that a little bit. The Anti-Marina Society. And we are still losing money. That much is for sure. So what can we do about that? What was that? There's like a beep in this room. I heard it earlier. I have no idea where it's coming from, and it wasn't the game. I think the government has tapped my office here in my apartment. That's what I'm going with. They heard I'm planning wars against the British and the Portuguese, and that's how quickly they acted on getting me wiretapped. All right. So now where do we move to? We've made some good opening moves here. We're 5 years in. We've taken over all the initial land on the outset that we can. So, yeah, this split state with the Northern Cape we're going to always have until we take over the Cape Colony. Well, they actually have like a very weak military. The problem is they just have Big Daddy Great Britain helping them. I'm not calling interests. So if we can eventually get military shipyards, get ourselves just a small, maybe 5-ship navy, I think that'll get us another declared interest that we can do. And I think I'll declare an interest in Great Britain so that we can start getting involved in British politics. Because if I could join a war and possibly get the Cape Colony out of it, that wouldn't be so bad. Still no option for South Africa, though. And still this damn coup at 71%. Like, what is this? I forget who the person is that started it. The coup has no progress. Landowners are not part of the government. The stance on autocracy is less than endorsed. They have no progress, but why are they getting progress? Oh. Yeah, so if I can get them to be not powerful... Well, the law enforcement thing will help, but I don't think that it's going to be like a full 3%. Well, let's take a look. So right now, their political power is at 80.3. 5% of that is 4. They'd go down to 76. But how does this translate into the percentage here? I wonder. So let's add up all the percentages and see if the math checks out. Yeah, see, all of this only adds up to 92%. Ah, yes. But that's why. Okay. So if hold on a second, actually. So their stance on autocracy is approve because they have where's their distribution of power? Okay, they strongly endorse. This guy though, the market liberal, yeah, has no stance on distribution of power. But hey, he's now the leader. Okay. Oh, and he became a general. That's not bad. I hate this bug where you get this +2 thing. I don't like when you inherit a country. Okay, but their stance... Oh. And now, okay, we no longer have noble privileges. We have that. It also means we can now get another agitator. Or not. How long do we have to wait? Oh, we gotta wait like 5 more years. Okay, so we can't do that. Not, at least not yet. Alright, let's speed this up. Enacting dedicated police force might make them not powerful anymore. I guess I could add up all the political strength numbers. It's not really worth it. Do we have any more buildings to sell? Yeah, so no urban buildings. I don't want to sell any... The iron mines... See, the problem with selling these iron mines is eventually I'm going to want to get a company. Oh, look at the budget there. Eventually I'm going to want to get a company, and owning 3 of these, or 4 of them, is going to help me with that minerals company, which is probably the first one I'm going to want. Alright. We're in the green. Number go up. Number go up. That's always good. Alright, we're on to the paper mills, which means our textile mill was built. So owned by the financial district, so more money for industrialists. We now have dyes in our market. Yeah. So let's do that. And we don't have silk. Lost stalled. Poop on you. Yeah, we don't have silk. Can we import it? From the British or the Portuguese? Yeah, the British have a lot. We have a need of 9 of those. I think I might try to do this. Import silk from the British. and do this. All right. All right. We are moving right along. Although we are not... we're having hiring problems. We're going to have hiring problems all throughout this run until we can just get something going here. Now, if we can get off of state religion, that would do wonders. Could we? What is the likelihood of that? The intelligent. We need. Oh, we need you, the intelligentsia. We need you so bad. But you're so far away. Ah, yeah, look at that. Okay. So if we kick the rural folk out, we'll get up to legitimate government. Is it the rural folk who are helping us with this? Yeah. So we don't want to do that yet. Who else? Who else likes this? The armed forces. Yeah, we want to keep both of them in there. Okay. Okay. Oh hum. So, let's get rid of some trade routes here. Do we really need this? Not really. It's already expensive. Do we really need the liquor? Kinda. We don't really... Do we really need to export fruit? And then... well, we're in the positive. We did it just in time. We have 2,000 in the bank. Yikes. Now, I was going to say we could get rid of a general. Law advance, that's good. But that's always a tricky situation. Although it could help us also with landowners. You know, unfortunately, that guy's a pretty good general. Oh, that's a rural folk. And he's our market liberal. If we retired him, I always forget. So it's one approval they lose. Yeah, let's do it. Lowers our bureaucracy cost. Gives them a slight decrease, yep, to their political power. Perfect. Ah, excellent. And we're going to finish the arms industry soon. I think overall we have a decent start here. Knock on wood. Nothing outrageous pops up. Okay, now why... We already have a tobacco plantation being built. Why do you need another one? But you already have a tobacco plantation. Yes, we have one. But what about second tobacco plantation? And actually, this will be 11sies. So let's speed up a little bit here. Oh, you know, I forgot I built that extra construction sector so I could delete the other one. But we are kind of holding on with these three, so we might as well keep them. As long as the number is slightly going up, that's all I really care about. Yeah, so let's get this stuff done. Let's do the university before the shipyard. An affair between Jobert Pretorius and Simone de Beer, or Simeon de Beer's spouse, that would have been something for this game, has reached our ears, threatening to affect his public image if we don't destitute the general. We'll just say Simone de Beer sat on the wrong toilet and gets syphilis. He either gets straight alcoholic or nothing happens. Intelligentsia loses 1. We can afford that. Ah, stock exchange. Yeah, we don't want to lose that general, to be honest. But I do want to see if he becomes an alcoholic. Ah, he doesn't become an alcoholic. Oh yeah, this guy. Mr. Beer, with his monocle. Of course he got syphilis. Anyone named Simeon de Beer with a monocle is sleeping with generals' wives and gets syphilis. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Alright. I mean, we've all been there, right? Sleeping with generals' wives, getting syphilis. But our monocle stays where it is, unaffected. We've all been there. Alright, mass communication spreading. Oh man, yeah, what was the thing we just got? It was under society. Oh, stock exchange, that's right. Alright, yeah, nothing we have to do with that, but... Well, now we can do free trade. I mean, I don't think we need to do free trade, but... We could do free trade if we wanted to. Alright, the paper mill is slowly coming along. Although I guess that is my fault. Now the question is, what type of war could we put up against the Portuguese? Let's see, what kind of soldiers do they have? So line infantry, mobile artillery, and lancers. Okay. Now, what kind of diplomatic agreements with people do they have? They have an alliance with Morocco. They have a defensive pact with Great Britain. That would be a difficult situation. Because if Great Britain join in on that, I'm kind of curious just to see what it would be right now. Like, let's say we wanted that. Would anybody join in on that? Well, Great Britain, Morocco, Macron, and Prague. But, yeah, but Great Britain would join in on that. I wonder if it's worth raising my relations with them. Let's see. Who does Great Britain have rivalries with currently? Nobody? Oh, this is the Cape Colony. No, yeah, Great Britain. I was about to say. Russia and Spain. So, we can't really do anything with Russia at the moment. But, that's good to know for future reference. I think we're at a moment in the game where... Oh yeah, we can stop doing this. We just need to take a moment to build up the country. That's what we need to do. All the interest groups are pretty happy, which is interesting. The colonies are colonizing. Grecoland. Oh, this is what I want. Transvaal, Northern Cape. Yeah, we're moving along there. Natal is moving through here. Yeah, so we need to get to quinine. So we're getting mass communication on tech spread. We'll get banking. And then we'll add that. And central archives. Then we'll go back to some production stuff because we really are dropping the ball in this. Water tube boiler and railways. And actually, we'll do water tube boiler after that. Because I have a feeling, eventually, I haven't really been looking at it, but what is our infrastructure? Yeah, eventually we're going to start running into those issues. The Pretoria Citizens Convention. The animist rights movement has convened in Pretoria to rally support and publicly discuss the specifics of total separation. The event has attracted much attention from locals. So, the animist rights movement... I mean, not great, but not bad. Or I mean, not good, but not bad, but not good. That's what I'm trying for. All right. So the parties just split. Oh, they didn't split. We just have new parties. So we have the Free Trade Party and the Liberal Party. So I would love to get the Liberal Party in there. Ah, the Conservative Party, I mean, the landowners are not powerful anymore. Wait, what? Considered powerful because the cloud is above. I thought 20% was the threshold for that. Ah, well, this is moving down. Supporters of Patriotic Party have gone beyond simply campaigning for their own party, harassing and sometimes physically attacking opposing partisans. Okay. All right. Well. Oh! All right. We got our arms industry. So, we can stop with that. And let's upgrade everything to line infantry. All right. So we're going to pause here. So I think that'll be it for this morning. Got a good start, very good start. I'm going to be continuing this run tonight. So it's listed as 8:30. It's usually like 8:15 to 8:30. That's Eastern time. So I'll be continuing this then. And then, so tonight and then going back to it again Wednesday night. So, thanks everyone who's watching along, and hopefully I will see you again tonight. Have a good one.